Several bizarre sightings have been occurring for ages. These sightings are often quite unexplainable, but luckily some were caught on dash cams. If not for the evidence taken as the event unfolded, it would be hard to believe them, and even as the clips of these strange events exist, they're still shocking. Now, we've gathered some of these videos for you to see. Join us as we explore the mysterious dash cam captures that no one was meant to see. Strange figure spotted in the clouds above Houston. This occurrence was bizarre and scary as it left thousands of people confused about this strange-looking object seen in the clouds up in Houston, Texas. The woman who made the video of this strange figure, Miriam Bozo, uploaded the video while she was driving on March the 3rd of 2022. When she uploaded the video, she captioned it, asking if anyone else had seen anything related to the occurrence in the posted video. Other people commented on the video not long after posting it, saying that they had seen an exact figure earlier that day. Another person also confirmed the occurrence, saying they saw the same figure stationed in the sky while flying into Houston, but due to the speed at which they were moving, it was hard to take a picture of this figure. Now, several people have confirmed this strange sighting. Miriam said the object stayed in the sky for over 15 minutes with no light shining. It also didn't match other clouds in the video and didn't look like any wildlife. While some people had suggested it could have been a flock of birds moving together as they passed through the area, others maintained their stance that it was not so because the object in the video did not seem to move at all from the beginning to the end of the video that Miriam had captured. As the video gained more engagement across social media, more people said they noticed objects that looked similar to a sighting like this in the previous year. Truck driver ambushed by mysterious-looking people on the highway. This video depicted the moment a truck driver was ambushed on the highway by multiple people trying to attack him. In the video, you'll see the truck driver moving toward a section of the highway where he comes across several people who have used an improvised roadblock made out of tree branches to block the route of the truck drivers and force them to stop. The group responsible for this weird ambush were illegal immigrants annoyed by the demolishment of a makeshift camp they had set up to occupy. Immediately, the truck driver started to slow down, and you would see these angry people coming out of their hiding places to climb onto the guardrail and hurl several objects such as rocks, sticks, and even lumps of concrete at the driver. Fortunately, the scared driver was able to escape by running over the roadblock, but not without leaving the scene without multiple injuries and disturbing memories of what had happened to him. Hooded man standing in front of a car and screaming at the top of his voice. The video shows dashcam footage of a car moving along a road in Australia. It was 1:30 a.m. on a certain Sunday and seemed to be quiet and peaceful until the car approached an intersection. Right in the intersection was a hooded man standing right in the middle of the road with his head bowed down. As the driver of the car moved further to continue his journey, the man could be seen walking further to position himself in front of the car. Then screaming as he ran towards the driver in the car. This weird situation freaked out the driver, causing him to speed away from the intersection. And as he sped away, he called his wife, who was following him behind on that same road, to warn her about what he had just experienced, and for her to be careful. Unfortunately, he was not quick enough, as a spouse was already there and experiencing the same thing her husband had seen. Until today, the couple is still unsure if the man was trying to devise a means of robbing them or was planning to hurt them in one way or another. Multiple men seen wearing the same identical outfits and holding terrifying briefcases. This footage must be from the extraordinary world, and it would have been hard to believe if it wasn't for this dashcam footage. This footage includes a car on the highway. As it rounded a bend, a figure that seemed out of place then appeared and was seen wearing a suit and holding a briefcase and umbrella. A few seconds later, another man was seen dressed exactly like the first. With both men realizing they were exposed, they then retreated into the bushes, only for the dashcam footage to discover that they were not only two men. Several people came out from behind these bushes looking identical to these men, and they all seemed surprised at the sight of the vehicle's lights shining on them like they had been caught. Suddenly, another figure was sighted holding up a lit-up flare, and at that point, what they were doing seemed very clear. Assumptions then came up, saying the driver might have driven into the area while a ritual was taking place. White scary figure holding a cane. This scary footage would be taken in the middle of the night somewhere in Saudi Arabia, in an empty field. In the footage, you would see a white figure in the far-off distance becoming more clear as the driver approached it. The figure can be seen holding a cane and started to limp hurriedly towards the vehicle as the driver got closer. This made the driver panic, as you can hear in the video, making him reverse the car and yell at the white figure with words that translates to "back off" and "get away from my car." Still, the white figure did not back down, as it could be heard communicating to the driver by making a shrieking noise and still limping towards the driver. What happened later that night is quite unclear, but this footage alone is disturbing enough to know what the driver encountered. Mysterious clown trying to attack a family. Sometime in 2016, it became quite the trend for people to dress up in killer clown masks, and some people used this costume to rob or even kidnap people. During that same period, a family living in South Yorkshire could be seen driving home late at night when a figure dressed in a clown costume suddenly stepped onto the road waving at them. The clown waved until after a few seconds, it started running towards the parked car. Seeing what was happening, the driver put the car in reverse, driving away from the clown as it ran toward them until the driver stopped and drove further at high speed, forcing the clown to move out of the road. Terrifying, isn't it? Strange attacker holding an axe. This footage occurred in Australia with two men driving on the highway in a Mercedes. A few moments later, the rear dash cam captured a car coming at the Mercedes at full speed before it swerved, overtaking the guys and slamming the brakes to slow them down. The two men then noticed that a man in the car had an axe, waving it furiously, and this sudden encounter would force the men to take a U-turn for them to lose the guy, but he kept on following them. The situation then worsened when a man sped up and hit them twice from behind until he spun out of control and swerved off the road. The men then moved further to report the nearest police station, and it turns out that the man attacked them because he felt convinced that the two men were the ones who had